Hi, I'm D.L. Finn, and I'd love to read you a couple excerpts from my brand new paranormal thriller, The Button. Prologue, Castro Valley, California, 1976. Lynn was suddenly aware of her surroundings. It was tranquil floating above her still body next to the angels. She felt indifferent seeing her pale form hooked up to wires and IVs. Although the beeping machines indicated her body was still alive. You have to go. You have more to do, the female angel informed her. Lynn met the angel's steady gaze. While she was in awe of her beauty, it was the angel's silver dress that held her attention. It reminded her of how the water in her grandmother's pool had wrapped her in serenity when she sat at the bottom. She'd loved doing that for as long as she could hold her breath. It was one of the few times she felt safe, cocooned in water where no one could hurt her. That dress, flowing like water around the angel, affected Lynn the same way the pool did. It made her feel safe. The angel pushed her hair back, causing it to cascade over her peacock green wings. Lynn turned her attention to the male angel. His voice was mesmerizing, like a lava lamp, hot and fluid. What a babe. With his long brown hair, strong chiseled features, and green eyes she could get lost in, she felt like she could totally spend eternity with him. He smiled broadly at her, but the smile quickly disappeared when the female angel scowled at him. Wait a minute. Do they know what I'm thinking? Not cool. Lynn felt her face redden. The embarrassment was quickly erased as both angels smiled at her again. Lynn wished they'd say more, but she wanted to continue to hang out with them. She was feeling a peace she'd never felt before. She started to express her desire to stay. I don't, was all she got out before images of an older version of herself filled her mind all at once. Then she was thrust back into her life and that pallid body hooked up to the beeping machines. The next excerpt is from the end of Chapter 1. We're now in 1983, but still in Castro Valley, California. Go. What? Lynn looked around, but there was no one there. Alone and hearing voices? Awesome. Leave. Hey, who's there? She peered into the darkness. No one answered. Her arms were covered with goosebumps. That voice reminded her of something, but what? Unnerved, she hurried back into the bar and ordered another drink. She wanted to put that warning voice out of her mind. It kind of reminded her of high school for some reason, but why? Here's your drink, miss, said the sour, gray-haired guy, Gus, according to his name tag. Didn't Kent say that Patty was replacing him? This didn't look like a Patty. Thanks. You paying? It's $1.50. Gus gave her an eye roll that made him look like he was going to pass out. His girth was that of a man who liked to eat, but he had the smooth hands of a man who didn't like to do hard work. He didn't strike her as a man who'd serve drinks, more like someone who drank a lot of them. I am, she replied, ignoring the tone. Keep the change. Yeah, I will. Might be able to put my kids through college now. Gee, thanks. Wow, what a jerk, she thought, now wishing she could get her 50 cents back. She sipped her watered-down drink, listening to the band Butcher, Edge of 17. Boy, did that seem like a long time ago to Lynn, now that she was on the edge of 21. The warnings to leave were forgotten as she finished her drink. Stacy made eye contact and gave 2 thumbs up. Lynn knew that meant she was staying with Dapper Dave. Lynn's thumb went up in response. It was time to go. She stood to leave, but quickly sank back onto the red stool as the room began to spin. She felt an arm go around on her, holding her up. She tried to see who it was, but her head wasn't cooperating. That was the last thing she remembered until she collapsed naked into bed at 2 a.m. She groaned as she reached for her alarm clock. She couldn't be late for work again, or she'd get written up. As she pushed the button to engage the alarm, she noticed it was set for 8:40. No, that wasn't right. She moved the arm back to 7. There. Hey, something touched her legs. Had Stacy's cat, Princess Leia, jumped onto her bed? She never left Stacy's room at night. Strange. There it was again. Lynn loved cats, but this little striped one was so spoiled. What a pest. The room began spinning again. The cocaine wasn't doing its job. She passed out the moment her head hit an unfamiliar satin pillow. Thank you for letting me read the excerpts to you. I hope you enjoyed them.